Good evening, Coach. If you go ahead and turn your camera on for us, we will go ahead and get started. One other item for you guys, a little awkward. You guys are obviously the stars of the show, so you won't see anyone asking the questions. But we will go ahead and get started. And Mary, you are good to go ahead and get started with our moderator. So enjoy. Thanks for coming, guys.
Welcome to the NCAA Division III Women's Rowing Championship in West Windsor, New Jersey. This press conference will be with St. Mary's. We will be hearing opening statements from Coach Daniel Schenk, and then we will open it up with questions for Coach Schenk and then as well as for Haley Roche. So, not putting you on the spot, Coach Schenk, but you have the floor for your opening statements regarding anything about today, anything about your team. You have the floor.
Yeah, thanks. Exciting to be here and get to do this. It was a big day for St. Mary's. This is the best the program's ever done at NCAA. This is our third trip. So, in comparison to a lot of our competition, we're kind of the new kids on the block a little bit. So, in our third trip to make the grand final, with the first eight is, amazing. It's a game changer for the program, really. For the conference too. This is the first time from the MARC conference that we've had a boat in the grand final. So, it's big for the conference. It's big for the program. It's big for the school. And amazing for the girls. They've really wanted this all year. So to be able to come out today and turn it into reality is, it's just amazing. I've tried to describe it to numerous people tonight and struggle to find the words to really accurately describe what that is. But just super proud of the girls, super proud of the team, and super excited for what we can do tomorrow now.
And then maybe just to further your opening statements, we would always love to hear why you chose Haley to sit right next to you. Maybe talk a little bit about her.
Yeah, awkward. So, Haley's one of our seniors. She's one of our captains. And the growth of the program is because of people like Haley. She's been a leader not only in the boat but outside the boat. She's a leader on our campus. I'll sing her praises a little bit. Student government president, right? So super active on campus, big leader for our team. So, the results from today are in large part because of Haley, not just because of her rowing, but because of what she does for us, away from practice. So, to me, it was an easy one, because she represents what our team is about, what we want to be, what we want to represent. So yeah, she's one of the ones that got us here, and one of the ones that will be remembered for many years after she graduates.
Well, thanks, Coach. Well, we will now. I know. Don't worry, Haley. We will get to you. We will get to you, but first I need to make this statement of we will now be opening it up for questions. If anybody on the call would like to ask a question, use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. Then we will call upon you we will unmute you and then you would have the floor. So that's the rules of asking questions. This is always the awkward transition into having people decide to ask the question. So just have patience, everybody. We'll see if anybody is going to use that hand function. And it looks like we do have a question from the commentating team. We've got Lindsay Shoup. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Hi there. Thanks for spending some time with us tonight. I know you have other things that you need to be doing, but we appreciate you both being here. You said it's your third trip to NCAAs, and Haley, you're a senior, so you've been on the team for a few years now. What's different about this year? And what helped you guys be in the position that you're in right now compared to previous years?
That's a good question. I feel like this year we've like really hit the training hard, but I don't feel like we're like overthinking
Haley,
it.
before I can interrupt, maybe get a
Okay.
little closer to your
Yeah,
computer.
of course.
Perfect. Okay, go
Is
ahead.
this good?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, we've really been hitting the training really hard this year. But I don't feel like we're like spending time outside of practice worrying about what's going on in the boat. We go in the boat, we row, and we leave it on the water. And I think that's like we have a good time on the water too. We're just like always trying to like make each other smile, and we really enjoy each other's company. So I think it's like a mixture of just we're just really working hard, and we're also, really hitting the training, or we're really just like enjoying each other's company, and we're doing it for each other. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, definitely. Any answer that you can provide answers our question, quite honestly, even if it goes off into the weeds somewhere. It's great. Great. Sometimes we do that too. So what about you from your perspective, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, a different level of focus. I mean, just building throughout the year from the fall through the winter to the spring. I think as the team started to realize the potential that they had, the amount of focus grew with that. And so, just been proud of their ability to realize within themselves what they're capable of and want to see that come to fruition and take the focus that it takes. Because I definitely asked more of them this year than in previous years. And whenever you do that, you never quite know how it's going to turn out. But they took to it really well. I mean, they understood the challenge, were up for the challenge, wanted the challenge because they knew what they could accomplish. So, yeah, I mean, just it's been a different level of focus and concentration and effort that we haven't seen in previous years. That is obviously showing the results, and that's all I can ask. I mean, I can ask them to do it. Doesn't make sure they have to do it, but they have, and the results have shown, and I'm glad that the results are paying off for all the effort that they put in. So yeah, it's been great. It's been a unique year, but really rewarding. And I think they learned a lot that when you put the work in, you get the results out. So it's been good to see.
We have another question from the commentating team. This is Grace Latz.
Hi there. So both your boats had a fantastic race this afternoon. I'm very curious, what was said in those boat meetings before the launch? What was going on through there? That was pretty spicy for us to watch. It was dawning on me during the race. It was like something must have sparked a fire there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say from my perspective, and Haley, you can share yours. But I think we went with a throw the kitchen sink at it kind of attitude, because as we put it, as I said, we've never been to the grand final, so for us, we might as well throw everything at it and see what happens. If we don't make the grand final, okay, we still qualify for NCAAs, and that's a big deal for the program. But we didn't really have anything to lose, and so it was a little bit of that underdog mentality, a little bit of that we got nothing to lose here, we got only things to gain. So I think the whole message was, just go for it, and if it doesn't turn out great, and we burn out, we flame out, or we fly and die, like, okay, whatever, but let's take a risk, let's be risk takers, and let's really go for it. And I think they embraced that mentality, and it showed, and they didn't burn out, they didn't flame out, they really grasped the moment and went for it. So it was a little bit of that, everything in the kitchen sink kind of attitude, and that's really what we talked about before the race.
Well, it was pretty exciting to watch. This is Adrienne McConnell. I had a chance with Grace yesterday to talk to the athletes, and really well done. It was one of my favorite interviews yesterday to sit down and talk to the kids, and we had so much fun
Hey, there
watching
you
that
go.
race. I felt like we were willing you guys down the course and trying not to be overly excited and show those emotions as commentators, but it was hard to hold back. So
Yeah.
well done. It'll be exciting to watch you guys tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
We do
Yeah,
have
thank you.
time quickly I want to listen to Haley's answer to maybe the perspective, or maybe what was your favorite part of the race and what are you looking forward to tomorrow's race?
Yeah. So the first thing that's coming to my mind for like the favorite part question, I think it was when like you can kind of tell from your like the coxswain's voice like what's going on in their head. You get to a certain point, and I could like there was this one point where our coxswain Tiff, I could hear like in her voice like all of a sudden she just knew that we were gonna be able to qualify for grands, and I was like, oh my God, like oh my God, like we're still racing. I was locked in, but I was like, wow, like this is insane. And then like, afterward we're sitting there like we didn't know if it was so tight. We didn't know if we were like we didn't know if we made it or not. We get like through we get to the gazebo, and then I just look over, I see Coach Dan, he's celebrating, and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It was like really just an atmosphere of like excitement and joy and just like I don't know, just like very like a profound sense of like teamwork and accomplishment. And then to answer your other question of like what were we kind of talking about like as like a team before, I think it was just kind of like we're just like we were thinking like we're the underdogs here, like nobody's expecting much of the Mark conference. But like we're gonna like try and prove ourselves, and I think I can confidently say that we did that. So I'm very happy with the team, and I'm very happy with just to have been a part of it.
Well, we want to respect your time. Now you have to reset, regroup, do it again. But this concludes today's press conference. Thank you for your time. Thank you for giving us a little bit of insight to a historic day for St. Mary's. So thank you. And
Thank
we
you.
will be joined by Western Washington at 8 o'clock. So we'll have a short little break and then we'll come back with Western.